My name is Cremers. I'm faculty at the CISPA Helmholtz Center for Information Security and professor of computer science at the University of Saarland in Saarbrücken. When the wall fell, I was in high school, I was 15 years old, and this was absolutely global news, and I very much felt it. But I didn't appreciate really the impact of this global event at this point in time, and it took me many years to realize how important it was. Which wall does your research break? Scientists from all fields have tried to come up with solutions for fighting the COVID-19 pandemic, which is probably the biggest challenge of our time. And some of these solutions include proximity tracing apps, which are meant to enable users to be notified when they have been close to somebody who has been infected, such that they can maybe self-isolate. Now, a challenge in making these apps is to preserve the privacy and the rights of the users and giving them high security. And that is a big concern here. So our work is trying to build high secure and high privacy guaranteeing solutions for these apps, such that people can trust them. And by higher trust in these solutions, more people will use them. And the idea is that this will lead to better fighting of the COVID-19 pandemic. And ultimately, if we can destroy this wall of distrust, we can also maybe chip away at the walls that separate us in terms of social distancing and travel restrictions that we all face today. What is the essential new finding of your research? Our work improves the security and privacy of proximity tracing apps. This is a complicated problem that involves technical aspects, legal aspects, and timeliness aspects as well. We cannot wait for a perfect solution for months or years. We have to have something now. In practice, we've worked together with the international DP3T team to come up with better authorization solutions for data. That is, how do I know that the data that is in my app actually comes from infected people who have been tested positive by a doctor? How can we ensure this? For the German Corona Warn app, we tried to improve security and privacy, for example, by making sure that employers and internet service providers cannot tell who has been tested positive. And this is important for privacy because we do not want these people or employers to discriminate against people because they have been tested. Finally, for commuters and travelers in Europe, it is important that their apps can talk to each other so that they can get notifications from the countries that they have visited. And we are helping out to make sure that this can be done in a secure and private manner. How will society benefit from your research? Society benefits from the improved security in at least two ways. The first way is that by using a privacy by design solution, we can better safeguard the rights of citizens. The second is by providing a more trustworthy system, citizens are more likely to use the apps, and this is exactly what we need to effectively battle COVID-19. Usually my research is much more theoretical, and the outcomes of it will only be clear in the future. I think my parents are especially impressed by this work because it has immediate impact and it's clear to everybody why this is very important to tackle now. Which questions remain unanswered? Proximity tracing apps had to be deployed and developed at a very high speed. And while the initial results are promising, it's still unclear how effective they actually can be. And I think it will take us years to figure out what exactly would have been the best action here and what would have been the most secure solution in this space. Another question which still remains is, all these proximity tracing apps use Bluetooth as their underlying technology. And so on phones that didn't have Bluetooth enabled before, we are now enabling Bluetooth across the planet on many more devices. And it's very hard to see at this moment whether that has wider impact in any way. What did you want to become as a child? I've always had a wide range of interests, and certainly as a young kid, it wasn't easy to pin down on a specific topic. I went in various directions. Ultimately, I had to choose whether I wanted to continue with, say, game design, philosophy, or computer science, and I ended up choosing a career in computer science and became a professor ultimately. Show us your face. What do you look like when you're full of doubt? Or what do you look like if you've made a great discovery?